Southern California, and that's where you're at, Dr. Warren, is actually an excellent place for them. You've got a sort of a mild climate on a year-round basis. They don't mind cold at all. Lynn, this is going to you up in Canada. They can do very well in very cold situations. That fleece can get very thick. And so they're really, that's one of the cool things about them, is they have a very wide tolerance in terms of the conditions that they can be in. So I'm going to move ahead. How many animals per acre for grazing do you supplement with grain? You know what? Great question. We're going to go into that. We're going to talk about that in just a second here. So before I do, though, I want to talk just a little bit about a model, the Peruvian model. I mentioned it earlier, and the reason I'm mentioning it is that we're about to do it here in the United States, and we're in the final stages of acquisition with a partnership team of 10,000 acres in southwestern Kansas, and we're going to accumulate somewhere in the range of 5,000 to 10,000 alpacas, and they're going to be free-ranged on the property there. And they will be protected by guard dogs, and there'll be herding dogs that will be used to help move them around. There'll be shepherds that will be responsible for them. They won't, it's not quite like being in the Andes where they'll literally be out there with them, or in the Middle East where shepherds are with sheep away from all, any kind of population base. They'll be on four-wheelers, and they'll go out during the day, and they'll locate where the animals are at, and they'll observe them, and then at night they'll come back to the headquarters area. The goal there is that on a year-round cycle, that we will be accumulating them. There are many alpacas in the United States right now that can be gotten for free. I would not recommend that any of you just get one for free. Usually they're going to have some kind of a problem. Notice I said before to spend $100 to $200 for one. You can find them on Craigslist, probably almost anywhere in the country for that kind of a price. You'll find people giving them away. I would be very careful with that, because there's usually some kind of a problem that they're going to have if somebody's just giving them away. But for what we're doing, we have access to many thousand animals that large breeders have, and we know them. We know all about the animals, and we'll be taking for sure males, and we may take some females. If we take females, we probably will just leave them broadly in the herd with the males. And that can be a little bit of a problem, but the reality is they will be obtained throughout the year and put out into the pasture area, and we'll have a certain number that we'll keep. We'll try to do mob grazing in various different areas and move them around. But what will happen is that in the spring, they'll be brought back in. They'll be not stampeded, but they'll be taken back in by the herd into a collection area, and at that time we will we'll take away animals that we want to be making meat out of. Throughout the year also, we'll be getting about 200 animals a month to be making meat from, and then we'll shear them at that time, and we'll take their fleece and we'll clean it and prepare it for going to market at that point.